If you look at your schedule and feel like taking a single block out will cause the whole week to collapse, you're not alone. We pile on commitments out of a deep-seated fear that if we stop producing, everything around us will fall apart. We call this anxious toil. It looks like high-level responsibility from the outside, but inside, it functions as a form of unbelief. It is the exhausting attempt to rule our own lives as if we are the ones keeping the universe in motion. Psalm 127 offers a direct challenge to this habit. It says that unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. The point is to stop building as though everything depends on us. To begin reordering your days, gather your master list of weekly commitments, every task and responsibility you are currently juggling, and a blank piece of paper. Lasting relief comes when we shift our posture from anxious self-rule to daily dependence. We are learning to receive our days from the Lord instead of trying to be the Lord over our days. Examine your heart before you touch your calendar. Ask a difficult question: who is actually ruling my day? We often fill our hours to avoid disappointing people or because we fear missing an opportunity. These are shaky foundations compared to the steady call to love God and serve our neighbors. Jesus taught us to pray for daily bread, to keep us grounded in our status as creatures. We do not have tomorrow's provision yet because we are meant to live in constant, rhythmic dependence on our Creator. Look at your master list. Identify every task tied to a clear biblical command. Worship, prayer, honest work, and rest should be the first items anchored to your paper. Now, look at the specific people God has entrusted to you in this season. Your spouse, children, local church, and neighbors represent your primary calling. They take priority over the loudest or neediest voices on your list. This creates a filter for your time. When an optional good thing causes you to neglect a clear command or an assigned relationship, that good thing has become a distraction. God gave you 24 hours because He designed you with limits. These boundaries function as guardrails for your faithfulness, ensuring you focus only on what He has actually asked you to do. This growth represents wild grapes, commitments that are objectively good, but are growing in the wrong season or the wrong measure. They look fruitful, but they are beginning to crowd out your obedience. A wild grape can be a ministry role, a social project, or a hobby. Even though it isn't sinful, it becomes harmful when it steals your peace or leads you to neglect your first callings. Evaluate the fruit your tasks are producing. Ask yourself if your current schedule is generating love, joy, and prayer, or if it is resulting in hurry, resentment, and irritability. We often want every good opportunity to be our assignment, but holding on to things God hasn't given us leads to a burden we were never meant to carry. To clear the chaos, draw 4 boxes on your blank paper. We will now move every task from your master list into this visual framework. In box 1, place everything God has clearly commanded, such as worship, the local church, and Sabbath rest. In box 2, place the specific responsibilities of your current season, like your marriage, parenting, job, or household duties. In box 3, place items that are wise and fruitful only if you have the remaining time and energy to do them well. Everything else goes in box 4. These are good things that simply do not belong in your life during this specific season. This process strips away the emotional pressure of doing it all by subjecting your calendar to the reality of your biblical priorities. Now, take your pen and cross out every item you placed in the 4th box. This is the act of pruning what is not yours to carry. Admitting that a task is good but cannot be carried by you right now requires significant humility. It is a declaration that you are not the Holy Spirit. We often struggle to prune these tasks because we fear our value decreases if we do less. However, the gospel tells us that Christ's finished work has already secured our worth, freeing us from the need to prove ourselves through constant productivity. Jesus invites us into a yoke that is easy and a burden that is light. He provides the exact strength required for the specific tasks He has actually assigned. Crossing these items off the list is a physical step toward repenting from self-reliance. You are choosing to trust the wisdom of a good master over your own desire for control. Look at your newly sorted framework. This is a map of a life focused on what truly matters. Not every open door is a call to obedience. Stewardship requires the discernment to recognize which good things belong in your hands and which belong in God's. Moving from anxious toil to peaceful order happens as you allow the Lord to be the one who builds and sustains your house. Step forward in faith today. Focus your energy on the first two quadrants and trust God with the results. Stewardship is the quiet joy of receiving your daily bread and your human limits from the hand of God. You can work with peace and rest with trust because you belong to Him.